Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is veganism. It's harmful, says this UK dietitian. You know, I cannot stand when these articles are titled and want to scare people into thinking that something that's really good for them and the planet that could be harmful. It's amazing the way these authors spin things, or just their lack of uneducation. So here's an article from express.co.uk, and this is a brand new article, May 19th, 2016. Dietitian warns vegan-based diet on fashion can be harmful to health. Now, there are a lot of unhealthy vegans out there, but there are a lot of unhealthy meat eaters out there. There are a lot of unhealthy people out there in general. And I can't stand when they pinpoint and say veganism could be very, very unhealthy, because you're not getting this, this, and this. No, eating junk food is unhealthy. Eating fried foods are unhealthy. Whether the food is vegan or not, if you're frying it, it's unhealthy. So they're attacking ingredients, or they're attacking this whole paradigm here, as opposed to saying, well, to eat, meatballs that are fried or whatever it is, something stupid like all this junk food. The junk food is unhealthy, people. It's not the vegan diet. It's not the vegan diet whatsoever. So here's this article. All right, so there are more than 500,000 people across the UK have given up meat and animal-based foods, new figures have shown. Veganism is just like on a rampage. It is growing everywhere, and it's awesome to see. When we first opened 13 years ago in my restaurant, people thought we were weird, and because we had the word vegan outside, even though it was next to steaks and seafood and next to a Big Lobster, people saw the word vegan and they were totally scared and totally freaked out by it. And now you have a lot of meat eaters that come into my restaurant that purposely want to eat vegan, or they eat vegan at a certain time of the day, like at nighttime, because they know it helps with their digestion. Or you have people that just say, hey, I'm eating way less meat than I used to, and I want to come to your restaurant and enjoy knowing that I can either have a small piece of meat and eat everything else, like soup and everything else in your place that totally is vegan, and have a vegan-based dessert and just maybe have a little piece, or that I'm just totally going to be all vegan tonight because you have awesome vegan food. And I can bring my meat eater friend here too, because he or she is still eating a piece of meat, but I'm not eating a piece of meat. And that's the cool thing about my restaurant. It attracts a lot of different people. We like to say something for everyone, but our vegan portion of the menu keeps growing. Our vegan percentages of sales keep growing and growing, so it's really good, and people are asking about it, and it's awesome. So yes, veganism is on the rise, or a plant-based diet. According to research by Ipas Mori, the number of people subscribing to a vegan diet has risen by 350% since 2006 or 2016, so that is awesome. A study also found that there are almost 2 million vegetarians in the UK who don't eat meat or fish, but will still have dairy and eggs. But one of the country's leading dietitian has warned veganism can be harmful to people's health if they don't know what they're doing. A lot of people have no idea what they're eating to begin with. People have no clue because there's so much misinformation. When I go to school and I see my kid playing basketball, and we're in gyms all across, this is really, it's not funny, it's just very sad. Every gym we go to where he has a basketball game, there's a poster in every single gym saying that strong bones come from milk, and milk consumption is important, which has totally been proven false. And if you look at those ads from the milk industry here in America now, they're not allowed to say make strong bones, because it's not the case. That was disproven. Totally disproven that milk was responsible for this. But it's just the education part is so tricky, because we're taught a certain thing in school, and there's all this other information out there, and this and that, and it's just like, and then they can teach us healthy food in school, right? And up until just a few years ago, most cafeterias served crap food. There's some cafeterias that are doing a better job now, but still most of the school cafeterias are serving an abomination for a diet. So the kids get taught nutrition in nutrition class, and then at lunchtime, when the bell rings, they go eat this food in the cafeteria that doesn't resemble what they were just taught. but they're fed this food from kindergarten on in the school system. And if they go there for breakfast, they're getting just as bad of food. And if they go away to camp, they're getting just as bad of food again. And if their parents don't cook, they're getting just as bad of food again. And that one nutrition class that they got in school is far outweighed by media and everything else that's happening in their lives. So that one class is not enough. As a parent, you have to be on top of your kids and keep teaching your kids and keep teaching your kids, because that's the bottom line, because nobody else is going to do it. There's nobody else out there caring for your kids like you would. And if you're not going to do it, then that's really a detriment. Let's see. It's like having the latest fashion, but you're potentially missing with your long-term health. I can't stand these articles. In addition to being deficient in protein, vegans also risk not consuming adequate amounts of critical vitamins and nutrients such as calcium and B12. These nutrients do not absorb from plants as well as they do from dairy products. Now, this is totally false, people. 100% totally false. Protein deficiency is basically non-existent. Protein's in everything, first of all. Corn has like 5 or 6% protein. Even apples have protein. Every food has protein. You don't need to combine foods like they thought years ago, when they thought that, oh, you had to combine essential amino acids to form a complete protein. That is totally false. If you look at animals in the wild, they just eat grass all day long or eat whatever. They're not food combining. We don't have to food combine to get essential amino acids. Totally false. Calcium is much more absorbable in dairy products. Okay, I'm sorry, in plant products. So dairy and calcium in dairy is not nearly as high as far as when it comes to as far as how you're going to absorb it. B12 is a mold. It's a mold that's from dirty food. It's our food is cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. So our food doesn't have the vitamin B, doesn't have this mold. But if you farm organically and you have your own garden and you take care of the soil and you're not a clean freak, you're not going to like scrub everything down and disinfect it like all of our food's disinfected, you're going to get B12 in your diet. But really, the kicker here is, people, that most people that are B12 deficient are actually meat eaters. And the reason why is because your body produces B12, and because we've screwed our system up so bad to begin with, our bodies just can't keep up with B12 production. You need a very, very, very small, minuscule amount, like micrograms. We're talking like 7 or 9 micrograms a day. That's all you need to fill yourself the recommended allowance of B12. So it's really nothing. So for her to even, or him, whoever wrote this article, who wrote this? Lizzie. So this is a female, and she's probably quoting this nutritionist here. There's the protein, totally false. The calcium, totally false. The B12, totally false. But they're scaring people. Here's the part that sucks. They're scaring people to think that if you're going to become a vegan and you don't know what you're doing, you better go back to eating the other diet, which is, if not just as bad, and it's killing just as many people and causing cancer and obesity and heart disease. People, wake up. And for people even write articles like this, and for dietitian, see, the problem is this dietitian probably has an orthodox degree from a state institution, which is then regulated by, some kind of overseeing agency in England, like here it'd be the USDA or the FDA, and they have to make sure that they're taking all their money from big corporate America, from big corporations, and they have their influence in. So all this stuff that you see from the USDA and FDA and all these guidelines, the food pyramid, this, that, it's all crap to begin with. It's all funded and made up by big companies that have special interests in that. And they're going to spin anything you want to. In fact, the dietitian is probably on their payroll. You see all these people that come out and say, these dietitians in America that say, oh, corn syrup's fine in moderation, and this soda's totally fine, and soda can be part of a healthy diet. They're paid to say that. There's nobody in their right mind who gets a sound education, who can think for themselves on nutrition, that is going to say that consuming soda, consuming corn syrup, consuming artificial sweeteners is okay in moderation. Okay, these people have been brainwashed by the system, and the system is built by the manufacturers. They have to sell their product, and the only way they can sell their product is by influencing education, and then for the dietitians and nutritionists then to influence us, and for us to think, oh, it's fine. I tell this story all the time about when my friend was in the hospital. I was fighting for nutrition for him, and the dietitian flat out told me, Marcus, doesn't matter if you eat a pear or a spoonful of corn syrup, it's all the same. And how wrong she is. When you have fruit, when you have sugar, fruit in its whole form, you have enzymes and you have fiber that buffers everything. When you extract all that and make a powdered sugar supplement or liquid or whatever you're making, corn syrup or white sugar, or powdered sugar, that's totally different ballgame than it's in its whole form. And it's just a shame this is what they're teaching people. And these are people who are responsible for people in hospitals that are saying corn syrup doesn't matter, sugar doesn't matter, it's all the same. Skip your fruit. You don't have to worry about a pear. You can eat your. It's a shame and sickening. And when these people write articles like this, it's just like, really? This is just insane. People don't know how to eat. They're confused about eating. Somebody like this should be writing an article, and then this person goes on to say, oh, people in religion are taught how to eat properly in the beginning. And I don't find that to be true at all. I know a lot of people, because of religious reasons, don't eat meat, and these people are out there eating junk food. They're eating French fries. They're eating junk vegetarian food, because it's everywhere. Here in America, it's everywhere. I can walk out the street here and go to any restaurant on the block here and get fried food. Get fried food with GMO oils. I can get all the corn syrup and sugar I want. I can get cheese. I can get white flour. I can get whatever I want when I walk out the doors of my restaurant and walk up the street here. It's all there. It's all available. I don't care what religion you're in, unless they're not going to allow you to walk into a place like this if you're Orthodox Jewish. But there's a big Orthodox Jewish crowd by me, and they are extremely, extremely unhealthy. They're unfit. They're unhealthy. They're eating white bagels all the time. I've seen what they eat. It's not good. But if you're in these, so they're not allowed to come into my restaurant because I'm not a kosher restaurant, but they're eating these junk foods for their religious purposes in their synagogues or in their place of worship or at their house or in their grocery stores. So it really doesn't matter a lot of times on religion, but this author claims that religious people have the benefit of the doubt because they're taught at an early age or they're educated through religious purposes that what foods to eat. People don't know how to eat. Educate yourself, educate. And this person should have written an article on, hey, you want to go vegan for fashion? Here's some tips on how to improve that and get more vitamins and more minerals. But downright saying lies that the calcium's no good and the protein's no good and this and that scares people. It scares people. There's no secret that a plant-based diet is less harmful to us and to the environment, to Mother Nature, to the world. We all have to share this world. The more that we can preserve our environment, the all better off we are. I like to say, healthy body, healthy environment. If something's produced healthy in the environment, its chances are it's going to be a lot healthier for you. The more things are packaged, the more things are processed, the more things have to move across the globe, across states, across the country for it, like feeding cattle grains that were shipped in that are making these cattle fat, and these cattle are excrementing all over the place and causing a whole imbalance. All that is unhealthy. So healthy environment, healthy body. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please click like, subscribe to my channel, and definitely pass it.